Yep, it's true. Imperial Watch Company has a new watch coming out, and I've got early access to show you all around the Rangefinder. It's a vintage-inspired diver that retains that sought-after Ocean Guard GMT case, but it's a Watch Fam collaboration. 5 variants, each designed alongside a popular Instagram watch photographer. Thus, the Rangefinder, and I've got the Heritage Cherry Edition to show you, the collaboration with Talking About Time. It's next on Watch Wit. Hey now, I'm Whit. Welcome back to the channel. Man, the Rangefinder has got some kind of Goldilocks dimensions, I think, for most enthusiasts. 38 millimeters in diameter, 47 millimeters lug-to-lug length, a 20 millimeter lug width for your straps, a little chunky in the thickness department because of that dome sapphire crystal, 14 millimeters overall. And it weighs 151 grams, sized for my 8-inch wrist, which is 2 links removed. This is a 316L stainless steel case, completely brushed. You've got drilled lugs on the side there. The Jubilee style bracelet doesn't have polished center links. Those are just light reflections. It's completely brushed, but it's got polished sides. 20 millimeters at the watch head and tapers down to 16 at the clasp. These are solid links, and it's a true 5-link bracelet and push pins for sizing. There's a brushed, fully milled clasp with a polished chamfer, and it's got their logo engraved, double push button release, and underneath the clasp is a toolless micro adjust. The Rangefinder has a vintage-inspired single-dome top hat crystal, and it's sapphire with blue anti-reflective coating. There's a signed screw-down crown with the Imperial logo engraved, 7.5 millimeters in diameter. And you've got a solid screw-down caseback with all the collaborators mentioned around the outside edge. 200 meters of water resistance. You've got a bi-directional friction bezel with aluminum insert, and it's got countdown markings. The Rangefinder is running the tried and true Seiko NH38 automatic movement, beats at 21,600 vibrations per hour, 24 joules, about a 41-hour power reserve. It does feature hacking, auto, and hand winding, and is a true no-date movement. Its stated accuracy is -20 to +40 seconds per day. I hand-timed this one over 14 days, and it came in at -4 seconds per day. This Heritage Cherry variant has got a beautiful fume dial. You see that rich red, and it goes darker to an almost black at the chapter ring. Everything is printed on the dial, and you see the indices at the cardinal spots have that red line that goes through the center of the index. You've got the playful Imperial Watch Company slanted logo underneath the 12, and below the pinion, Rangefinder, the model, and then below that is a little play on lenses and photography, since that is the kind of nature of this collaboration. So the first number is due to the size of the watch, 38 millimeters, and the second is the 200 meter water resistance. And then just surrounding that 6 o'clock index, you've got Watch Fam. And the Rangefinder features BGW9 Swiss Superluminova luminescence. Okay, I give you my raves and craves now, and I crave a little more out of this bezel, so it can get bumped, though I will say for a friction bezel, I think it's pretty good. It's got, a great amount of resistance. It's not difficult to turn, but it doesn't just spin easily. So I will say that it was only, 2 or 3 times, I think, where I noticed the watch had been bumped. Now, that may be a little more if you were wearing, say, like jackets or long sleeves, where something like your clothing is going to rest up against it and turn it automatically. But so yeah, I just wish that maybe it were a little tighter, and I think most enthusiasts will kind of bag it a little for not having a loomed bezel pip. And the next thing has nothing to do with the functionality of the watch. It's the size, 38 millimeters. I think that's going to be great for a lot of people. And this one wears great even on me with a larger 8-inch wrist. I just think I'm ready to see the brand break out into some other sizes. Whether they go smaller or larger, I just think I'm ready for a change. And that might be the case automatically because I believe this might be the last time that we see this legendary case from Imperial. And then the last thing has to do with the bracelet. I was kind of surprised to see push pins and no quick release spring bars. I think those two things lately we've been spoiled and been getting them on a lot of budget watch bracelets. So, But you do have those drilled lugs, which not only adds to functionality, but I think just a badass look too. Now let me rave about a few things, and the first is going to be this crystal. I mean, Imperial has always made sure to have nice crystal clear crystals, best quality, and I just love all the vintage shapes that they end up putting on their watches as well. This one is no different, this single domed top hat crystal, and it just sticks up above that bezel and case with such beauty. I mean, you can't stare at this and not get vintage skin diver vibes, right? And I love the optical illusion of how it appears that the bezel sticks out further than the riot, but I think it's just the way that crystal bends and curves so much. You can't really get a grasp on it here on video, but that riot extends all the way out to just before that bezel. But the optical illusion with this brilliant crystal is that the riot is here, and then there's a section of glass here. But no, just a funky, cool crystal. And then this handset is just a classic. Custom handset too. Of course, we've seen that triangle tipped minute hand before, and even hour hand in previous models. And then this very beautiful seconds hand here with that red tip, which kind of lines up and matches the red slashes down those cardinal indices. And that stubby hour hand, at first I didn't really care for it. It was a little too abrupt and stubby. I kind of wanted to see like a fence post into it or something, but it's kind of grown on me and added a lot of character to the watch, I think, and I really enjoy this handset. Another thing I like is this oversized crown, 7.5 millimeters in diameter, sticks out from the case nice as well, so easy to manipulate. And the luminescence is solid, even if it doesn't have that lume pip on the bezel. It's definitely going to be in the category of acceptable dive watch or skin diver type luminescence. The rangefinder is available July 28th. It comes in 5 different variants. There's this Heritage Cherry I've been showing you from Talking About Time. There's Pacific Swell from Mostly Seiko, Carbon Mist by Enthused Dad, Iron Tide by Caliber 321, and Prairie Fire by CKS Time. And it comes in this cool travel case, which is rich leather, and it's got a vintage camera case inspiration going with that push-button clasp to open up. Inside is that Imperial Watch Company logo, and then you've got 2 fold-over sleeves here, and then the watch on a pillow to protect that case back. Now here's the deal, there are only 25 pieces in each variant, and they're going to run $439 US for the first 48 hours. And that includes free shipping in the USA. The full retail is $539 US, but I think they'll sell out before we get to that. Another beautiful vintage-inspired diver from Imperial Watch Company, the Rangefinder, celebrating collaborations with the Watch Fam. What do you think? Leave your comments down below. And if you're hanging around on YouTube a little longer, hey, maybe check out a couple of these videos. I'll catch you over there. I'm Whit, with so many watches, so little time and money.